Hello and welcome to another episode of Pitstop Fracas. Fresh off the Mexican Grand Prix weekend, I'm joined by two esteemed gentlemen. So, Mahad, how are you, bro?
We're not well, but guess what? McLaren won, so me there. You get me? How are you, Raj?
I'm good. I'm tired, but the things you do to try and coax your team and driver into some sort of form of success. And then Richard, how are you, brother?
I am also not well mentally, not physically. I'm tired of sports, bro. I don't like sports no more, bro. I might even get into NFL, bro. Support the Cowboys, something. Whoever's good. Do it, Anik.
I said Cowboys. Do not.
No. You see the Cowboys, yeah? This is hell on earth. If people don't realize, yeah, all my other sports teams, I say one or two pieces about them. The NFL, I'm talking about any other team bar my own. So, like, yeah, just don't watch the Cowboys. They're good. But yeah,
listen, I'm not doing a Kwame and supporting the Jags, bro. I have ethical standards, so yeah.
Hey, bro, that team was scaring the woman folk. I can confirm they were scaring the woman folk.
When I see the scoreline, I said, Kwame paid money for this VIP seats. It's crazy out here, bro.
Oh, God.
See what 27 points down, whatever. I think what. But yeah, I'm okay, bro. How about you?
I'm good. I'm tired, man. It was a long weekend, we
know what your escapades.
When
you're not tweeting off the account, we know about your escapades, bro.
I can still
be arguing with trolls. Okay.
I can still be tweeting on the escapades.
The low key got cooked, and then you locked off the account. You let them out.
No. Do what happened? I tweeted that tweet. Yeah. Do what happened? It was Football Manager came out. Yeah. The beta released at 8:00. I said, "Oh, it's 8:00. I'm not talking to you, man, anymore. Let me download the game and get it cracking." I just muted the tweet. I said, "Yeah, man, you man can argue amongst yourselves. I don't care anymore. I'm playing the game." Who knew Yuki had so many fans? Here's what it is. Again, if you want to see what we'll talk about, make sure to follow us on all socials on Twitter/X, Pitstop Fracas, on Instagram at Pitstop Fracas, and follow us and like and share and subscribe on your platform of choice, whether it's YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And leave us 5-star reviews. It's very helpful, And once again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It's really, really important, man. Okay. Let's start. We got to start at the big point because obviously, with Lando Norris winning the race, we've come back to the question again. Because last week we did it. Verstappen, Norris, and Piastri. Who wins the title? So, Richard, we didn't get your opinions last week. This week, who you got winning the title? Because I know your boys now lost the lead in the championship. He's 1 point behind Lando. So who you got winning the championship?
It's dark, man. It's dark, I'm telling you. I want to still say Piastri, but it's like Brazil is the acid test, I guess, to be honest with you. Because I think Qatar will do well anyway. Abu Dhabi will do well. Vegas, I'm kind of scared, I can't lie, bro. Just for McLaren in general. Not really so much him. Yeah, Brazil's kind of the acid test. If it's like, if he doesn't beat Norris this time, then you're kind of clinging on to like a crash, a mechanical DNF, something like that, basically, to still be in it. I'm gonna still back my boy. Fuck it, I've got nothing to lose. But I'm telling you now, bro, if that guy with the number 4 wins this championship, bro, F1's a dark place, bro. You already seen when the Mexican fans, they don't fuck with him, bro. They do not fuck with that boy. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a general thing or like, I don't know. He said shit about
apparently
Checo. I seen that as well, but I decided not to click on the article because I thought the race would just.
That don't make sense because they booed him last year and the year before.
There might be that one picture we did in the Mexican gear in it. They didn't forgive him for that one.
No, yeah, maybe.
They booed the shit out of him last year as well. But they would boo people. Didn't they boo Hamilton and Perez had to step in and be like, "Nah, don't boo."
Yeah.
Yeah. because Hamilton's got a. Do people in Mexico like Hamilton? I don't know. I know Checo does. Mexican fans, I don't know.
I don't know who it was for, but I remember Checo going to the crowd saying no boo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that actually. Yeah. I think was it Max that did with Bill? I can't remember.
Oh, Max, they had to have security, man. He's gonna get taken out.
Boy. Them cartels, boy. Hey, team
Boy.
but yeah, spooky. But yeah, back to the question. I'm still gonna stick with a boy and say Piastri, but it's bleak, man. It's literally like it's 50-50. Like I don't know if this run of form's gonna end in Brazil. I hope it does. If it doesn't, then it's literally I think it's basically Norris to lose. Because with Max, even though we got P3, he still needs a lot to be done for him to win the championship. It still needs a lot for it to be done to win the championship. So, we've got 4 races and 2 sprints left, which is kind of mad. So still plenty of points on the table, but I'm still gonna say spectacularly Oscar just about.
Okay. I got a question for you, Mahad, because I know you've been on here. It's on tape. It's on tape on here. It's on tape on McLaren Fan TV. You've categorically said that Piastri's winning the title. He's now behind by 1 point. Are you nervous?
Very much so, because the guy's just repeating what he did the last 2 years in these races. So if he does it again, it's probably Verstappen's to take them. And that's a disaster scenario for me. You get me? So I remember last week, we had this conversation last week, and I said, look, either Norris or Piastri, the last 5 races, they have to win 2 minimum to get this wrapped up. Right? And now I'm looking at it like, is Piastri going to win 2 races out of the last 5? Let's get this wrapped up. Or win 2 sprints and 1 race. It's looking dark, bro. It's looking spooky. Obviously, Norris has won 1 race, but he's not clear either. So he needs to at least win. If he wins Brazil and then wins a sprint race, then he's put enough distance between him and Verstappen. If it's just a head-up scenario, then it's a coin flip between him and Piastri. But Piastri can't. How many races now? I don't know.
4
This guy has to go on the podium. Minimum. He has to be on the podium. If this guy don't touch podium in the next 4 races, this guy might end up 3rd. Then I'm in the mud. Because I made it, as you're well aware, Ranch, on McLaren Fan TV, before wheels turned, before even preseason, I said Oscar's gonna win. He can't hold the lead from April to now and end up 3rd. This is Hall of Shame. It can't happen. And it can't be the case of you're shit at the races you was always shit at for the last 2 years. It can't run. So I think maybe he needs to weather the storm in Brazil and Vegas. And he needs to win Qatar. He needs to win the sprint race Qatar as well. And he needs to win AD, bro. He's got no choice. Because you ain't going to win the championship if that's the case. Then you're, like Richard just said, you're hoping on DNFs for Verstappen and Norris. And you don't want to ever be in that scenario, considering you had a 33-point lead, whatever it was. People look back on it and everybody will say, oh, this point here. Bro, Baku's going to look spooky because you just dropped 25 or 20 points or whatever. That could have been a potential point. You just got the 10 points. But yeah.
Oh, okay, question. So, like, are we now like secretly ruling out Max because he didn't win?
No, I said Max is the title favorite right now.
Yeah. Okay.
At this moment,
So Richard he's like Max is not involved.
Well, you think Richard? You think 36 is how many points is it? 36 is too much.
It's like 31 or some shit like that. I can't remember.
I think he's 36 points behind Norris.
Yeah, whatever. It's 30, whatever. No, I'm not ruling them out, but like the problem is he's not even like he's a race win behind. He's like a race win and a sprint behind. But he needs the other 2 to not score any points. You're asking for a lot. That's 2 different sessions. You're asking for double DNF. The likelihood of that happening is mad slim. Mad slim. Especially in terms of reliability and especially in terms of the way they drive. Even though they have made contact before, they've never, well, apart from the Austin sprints, they've never taken 200 out.
Yeah.
So the likelihood of you expecting to happen again is kind of low. And then again in the same weekend. So it's a tall order for Max. It's not impossible because he's still the best driver out the 3. But he needs a lot to come in his favor.
He can't do what he did last year, right? Like, because he ain't got a points lead. He can't clout into someone like I was trying to do with Norris last year.
Yeah.
No. But else he just do that? If he was in Piastri or Norris's position, that's what he just do. He'd be like, oh, I can be overly aggressive because I've got the points lead, but he can't do that anymore. Even though he was doing nonsense in this race, to be fair. Yeah, he done a bare nonsense in this race. Yeah. But it's like, okay, Vegas, for example, where there's walls, he's not going to be doing. You can't do that. You can't cut across no corners in Vegas because guess what? You're going to clot on the ball, and your head's going to be in the MGM. Guess what? You score no points for that. So yeah, Max has to go to, I don't know. Yes, he has to like lock in, but be sensible about the lock in. You can't do no center terrorism, nothing like that. Because guess what? You're not going to score any points. So yeah, he's still in this, but he's clinging on for dear life.
I would say in Brazil, if let's say this is what I was talking about last week with you, Raj, because I said with Oscar and Lando, they just need a couple wins and then they could be P2 merchants, and Max can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's say, for example, this scenario, if Norris wins in Brazil, he don't need to win for the rest of the season. He's a P2 merchant. He could just finish P2 and win the championship. Because then Verstappen has to just be hoping for Norris to DNF or get a low result. The points gap will be too much. But then there will be 3 races remaining. If Norris just finishes P2 while Max wins the remaining races, it's not enough points. It's only 21 points he's making up.
Yeah. The sprints as well.
Yeah, and the sprints is not enough. You can't do it. And guess what? Norris is a P2 merchant.
Yeah.
So, like you just said, Richard, he's hanging on, bro. Stop. He needs to hope for something disastrous to happen to either driver for him to be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But with Norris and Piastri, they just need to make sure if they make sure that one of each other, if Norris wins or Piastri wins, that kind of eliminates Verstappen out of the picture.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Especially if McLaren 1-2 is a dagger for him, he's cooked.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm just gonna say Verstappen for now because, boy, if it rains in Brazil, it's scary hours for both McLaren drivers.
Yes.
No, if they put up a performance like they did last year.
I don't think
that was 2 hideous twins, bro.
No. Norris wasn't that bad. He was just unlucky because
red flag shagged him.
Yeah, the red flag shagged him and Russell, and it shagged, and like it was one of the situations where, yeah, just it was foolishness, man. Like we've got an Alpine P2 P3 like that. That race was not real.
That whole weekend wasn't real. Man had quality in the morning. I'm watching Brazil quality in the morning and they race in the evening, in the same day, bro.
Oh, dear.
And I'm seeing the Yuki and the Lawson top 3 on the second row. That way, yeah. I don't know what's up with Brazil, but that ring was insane, bro. Big man thing. Because in the dry, now even Oscar and Lando just cooked the whole grid. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And then I'm trying to think what else. No, because I was just there going in my head like.
Raj, I want to ask you, what's your ranking of who's more likely to win the title now out of the 3?
Do you know what? I honestly don't know because it literally depends on Brazil. Brazil will clarify everything for me because it's something that we're going to talk about in a bit more detail about Piastri himself. But yeah, he needs to cook in Brazil. He cooks in Brazil, then I have faith he can cook in Qatar and Abu Dhabi and he can get it home. If he doesn't do well in Brazil, it's literally in Norris's hands. And no matter how people feel about it, it is what it is. Like, he'll be world champion and worthy.
I think if that's the case, and if Norris does win it, we won't see a bigger collective head loss since Vettel.
I'll be running my UK gimmick and just telling everyone we're better than everyone. I told you so.
God save the king and that.
Bro, I'll be like, look, our freaking how many British there's 4. I'll be like, our 4th best driver won the world championship, man. Don't talk to me, bro.
That's a 4th best,
Hey, we know where my allegiances stand, bro.
Rance would have lost his mind. We were one Leclerc engine blow up and one Hamilton penalty away from an all British podium. We could have had Norris, Hamilton, Bearman podium.
Don't kill me, man.
Rance would have lost his mind. Do you know why he would have lost his mind even more? Because where's Russell? Imagine all British podium in F1 and Russell ain't there.
True, it's actually true.
Do you know what it is? It'd be one of the ones where I'd just be like, look at what Torga's done, bro. I'll be like, look at these Mercedes guys have done. There's a British link up on the podium, and man isn't there. Because he would have been like P4 or something. So it's like, it's even worse. Because you'd be like, damn. But, let's move on and talk a bit more about this Piastri crumble. Because it's crumbled. He had a healthy advantage after Zandvoort, and it's just dissipated. And Richard, do you have any reasons as to why it's dissipated? Why everything's just falling apart?
I mean, it's been a funny one, because I've been looking at different theories and stuff like that over the last 24 hours, basically 24, 48 hours. And none of them are like, yeah, that's for certain. They're all just kind of like throwing shit at the wall. So the stuff like, since it's at 3 days, he usually tails off towards the end of any championship or any end of any season, if you will. So I'm like, okay, there's maybe some credence in that, but why is that? No one really knows. There's also other ones like Piastri is shit at low grip tracks. But you kind of say like, okay, that does kind of check out. He's more favorable at high grip tracks where the car isn't sliding so much. Hence why maybe he was so cautious today, because the stability of the car wasn't there, so he didn't have the confidence to really take risks and maybe find that extra 10.2. Hence why he qualified 6 times behind Norris. What did he do? The theories as well. There's the obvious one, which everyone's running online with, which I'm trying not to buy into, but I'm tempted to buy into, which is we're kind of trying to sabotage Piastri because they want Norris to win the title. That is the how to put it, low IQ, easy narrative consensus, if you will. But if you buy into that narrative, right? So let's peel the layers back. So if they were to sabotage Piastri, one of the theories I actually heard was, why would you do so much that he'd be behind Verstappen in the race? Which makes sense. Because you almost have Piastri as the rear gunner, if you will, to fend off anyone who's trying to challenge Norris, even though no one really challenged him today. So you think, oh, okay, fair enough. You like one off again. Bro, I told you, put your wrist in the air, man. Throw it in the air, man.
People who are not listening, people who are watching would have not noticed this damn thing. Like, this is why you do professionalism, bro. Let's keep your train of thought.
Listen, YouTube watchers would have clocked it, bro, and he would have been in the comments. Why is Ranch like going off, bro? Pay your lucky, bro. I'm just trying to protect you, bro. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, yeah. There's a number of different theories that are floating around, and no one really knows the truth. Even Piastri's coming on interviews and saying, "I'm on like drive differently to beforehand went to the last few races." That's really unusual, which is kind of mad. I don't know if you're trying to hint at something, like maybe the chassis still damaged from Kota, maybe, even though Stardust basically came out and said there's nothing wrong with the chassis, every element of the car is okay, and that sort of thing. there's not really that sticks, but there's little conspiracies that you can maybe lead into. Probably the maybe most believable theory is that it's a mixture of a number of things. So Piastri's not good at low grip circuit tracks, as well as him not favoring Mexico, and also, yeah, maybe for some psychological reason he does tail off towards the end of seasons. But why is that? I don't know. It's a weird thing to happen, but it's there in the evidence in it. So yeah, I don't know. Brazil will answer a lot of questions that still remain for me, and if he's not back the way he usually, it's not back to normal, then it's like, okay, maybe this is something more psychological that we're not aware of. To be fair, I said I don't believe the sabotage thing, because, as I said, why would you pay someone 20, 30 million, whatever pass she's on, just for him to do poorly in races? Obviously, McLaren ideally want a 1-2 in every race, even if maybe some staff have a more favourable view of a certain driver, or maybe some just don't care. I don't know. Maybe Norris winning the championship is more marketable to McLaren, perhaps. But in the grand scheme of things, does Stelling and Brown care that much? I don't know. I can't answer that. So I don't know. It's a number of different things I can lean into, but there's not one that really sticks for me. But I hope Brazil will answer some questions that still remain.
Okay. And then Mahad, what's your thoughts about this run? And like, do you have any like reasons or like explanations behind the struggle? Has the team said anything?
Obviously, they've said the whole hit the car sliding, which Piastri said the car sliding out of his own mouth, and then obviously Stella's confirmed that, and that's more to do with low grip tracks. And we already know that Norris is very, very good at low grip tracks, so it's like a combination of the two. You're struggling on something, and then your teammate is very, very good in that same thing. So it makes you even look even worse, if that makes sense. Because if Norris was average at those type of tracks, maybe the gap is only like 2/10, but then it builds even further because he's good at that as well. And always, obviously, these two drivers as well. One's better at front limited tracks, one's better at rear limited tracks, and it's kind of these are the differences showing now because it's different parts of the season. Also, as you know, Piastri is very, very strong at the European legs because that's what he's used to in it. You drive that in F2, you drive that in F3. He's been driving those tracks his whole career. This guy ain't got no experience at Cota, Brazil, and Mexico. So I remember he was very, very raw when it came like 2023, 2024. It's like he doesn't have the laps, he doesn't have the experience on these tracks. Obviously, he's a Formula One driver. You should just do well anyway. Even you see the rookies now, they're doing well on these tracks. You know what I'm saying? So, but he's one of those people that's kind of build into things and built into the weekend. But for me personally, this is something I've observed with Piastri over the last couple of years, is he's very much it might not show when he's speaking or he's out there, but he's very much like a confidence driver. He needs to put results together, and Baku routed him. So what happened at Baku, he might not say in an interview or anything like that, but it shows on the track. When something goes wrong, then the next race will go wrong, and then it will carry on for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the trigger for the kind of stuff that's happening at this moment in time in terms of confidence in the car, because he probably had that car under control most of the year and didn't have the issues that Lando had in terms of the car being a diva and just not feeling the road and stuff like that. And then he came to Baku, which was low grip, and he was like, what the fuck is this car doing? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, both of them were fighting that car over the weekend. And it's not like Norris had a good result out of it as well. He only got P7, but when the car became a little bit more of a diva for him and became a little bit trickier, he starts to drive under the limit because he's like, I need to save this points lead. And it's not going to work for him, if that makes sense, because he's just going to keep bleeding time. And it's going to continue. So he needs to snap out of it. We're kind of going to Brazil. It's more of a little bit of a traditional track, but he needs to snap out of it now and I think one good result will kind of push him forward and regain his confidence. If that makes sense. But I think his confidence is low just in general. Look at his body language. Look how he's speaking in interviews. The he's not like how he was before. He might not say it, but it shows in his face a little bit.
No, that makes sense. One thing I kind of like a test, and maybe I don't know if you guys think of this, but for example, because he had a bad qualifying, he started like 7th. One thing I can say is the moves he made on the other drivers on his way up is something that even if he's not driving well, it's something that I feel he has over Norris because, like, for example, Baku, where Norris was just stuck. Here in Mexico, Piastri wasn't stuck. He wasn't stuck behind people. He got the moves done in the end. So that's one thing, at least, when the races are going, the will-to-will combat abilities haven't evaded him. That's not gone.
Yeah, but it's a qualifying championship right now. That's what I'll argue.
Yeah, but I think there'll be races where
No, I think we said this last week about Norris because we were complaining about his will to will with Leclerc. Yeah, I said Norris is the ultimate front runner because if this guy's on pole and he actually leads the first lap, it's over. He's gone.
Yeah, we saw it. We saw it yesterday.
So if he does that one or two times left, one or two times for the remainder of the season, Piastri probably knows that and thinking, "Fuck, I need to qualify better." And that's where he's struggling at this moment in time. If we look at it particularly, it's qualifying. That's the problem.
Yeah, I would say that. I think especially after Singapore, where he did his job in qualifying and it just went left.
And then like this race, I think he did really, really well to get up to P5 and stuff like that. But he got leashed by Yuki Tsunoda for 10 laps. That's wasting time.
Yeah, but
no, I was gonna say, yeah, he took a bit long getting past a few people this race. Yuki took him 10, 11 laps. Russell, it took him a bit of time as well. But I feel like he was more growing into the race, like surely but surely. Especially on the first stint, or when he basically at the last minute, if you will, went onto the softs. I felt like that he was really cooking then. I felt he was really getting into the groove, getting into the rhythm. And I feel like even though maybe he is a bit low on confidence or lower than usual, as Chris said, the overtakes show that he still hasn't lost that. The move on Russell, superb, like solid. Bearman, we don't know if he still would have caught him. Maybe would have took him a few extra laps. We don't know that. But 4 P5 was an okay result for them. I was targeting more P3. I feel that would have been the best case scenario for them. P4, I would have accepted. P5 is a bit, but as I said, maybe if we got past a few people quicker, maybe would have got that. But yeah,
the problem with this car as well is for both drivers is this car is ass dirty, so he has to qualify at the top. Because doing what he did in Mexico, you can't do that. The car is just not built to be running in DRS strings. That's why at the beginning of the season, it probably took him longer to overtake. They have to just wait for like the tire deltas and the fuel to go down and stuff like that because this car is not designed to be running in dirty air. It's designed to be like a front runner, first, second, third, if that makes sense. So he can't rely on his outstanding overtaking ability because he's just wasting time to the guy, especially if Norris is ahead of him or Verstappen's ahead of him, because them guys are just going to check out.
Yeah.
So the qualifier needs to get nipped to the butt. If the guy comes out in Brazil and man's qualifying like P5, P6, he's in trouble, bro. Especially with the other cars coming closer as well. Like you could in qualifying as well, everything's converging. Mercedes is there, Ferrari's there now, Red Bull's there. So if you're even a little bit lacking in confidence in qualifying, you're gonna have like 4 cars in front.
That makes sense. But let's see what happens. He's got a week off to go spend some time in the mountains and in the sim, sort himself out, come back from Brazil.
I said and I didn't want to say it. I should have said it maybe some of them, but I said if after Zandvoort, I was like, if he doesn't win now, this is the biggest bottle left on history. This can't be attributed to any McLaren driver. I'm sorry.
Who's the current biggest bottle?
I'm trying to think,
Mark Webber? No.
Mark Webber's a bottle. 2010.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that if you look at the point, the guy was leading into the final race, comfy.
Yeah, no, because he crashed in Korea as well. That was like a
That's a
stinker.
Who else? I wouldn't say Hamilton or Alonso in 2007. I wouldn't say that's a bottle.
It's not a bottle, but like this that season. To me, that season it counts, but it doesn't count at the same time. There's a lot of things that went in the background that That
I'm just talking about points gap.
Yeah.
Like points gap with races remaining, would that be the biggest bottle? I think points gap throughout the season, I think Leclerc had an 80-point lead or something.
Yeah.
In 2002, but then he didn't really have the car. But 80-point lead is crazy.
Yeah, I remember Leclerc was like 30-something points ahead after like 7 rounds. I can't remember what year it was. It might have been 23.
22,
yeah.
22.
Yeah, 22, yeah.
At the beginning.
But that's not really a bottle because it's mad early in the season, and so it's like...
Yeah, he didn't have the car.
Exactly. I'll tell someone.
I'd have to examine it.
Yeah.
Let's move on because obviously Lando Norris won the race and he was joined by 2 other gentlemen, a Mr. Charles Leclerc and Mr. Max Verstappen. Now, how they ended up on the podium begs a different question. We're gonna have to talk about this again, bro, about racing standards. Because I'm sorry, I can't watch this with my eyes and see people try and defend this nonsense, bruv. Because in Mexico Turn 1, we saw 1,000,005 drivers all cut the corner to gain an advantage. We saw Max do it. We saw Charles do it. We saw Antonelli do it. We saw Carlos Sainz try to do it. Like, I know, Mahad, you want to speak on this about the fact that a certain Mr. Charles Leclerc does not get penalties for cutting the track because obviously he cut the corner, struck to first, and didn't get the position back to himself or his teammate. So
my problem is people are going to get out of Verstappen or whatever, yeah, but Verstappen, when he entered that corner, he was 4th, yeah. Then he went over the grass and then gave back 2 positions, so he was 4th again. So he's gaming the system. Man knows what he's doing, innit? Because you can't punish him because he came into the corner 4th and then gave 2 positions back, so he's 4th, innit? So the stewards, they're going to be like, we can't really punish this guy, right?
Nah, you can, man. You could just say it's foolishness, man.
Bro, he went out. He did all the things he needed to do. He lifted a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He came back on the track. He lifted again. The guy's technically trying to stick with whatever the rules are. I don't agree with it in general, in principle. I'm talking about of how he would be stewarded for that. If that makes sense. Yeah. The guy gave the exact amount of positions he's supposed to give, right? Because he's gonna say in his mind, I was ahead of Russell at the corner, even though he was going too fast. But he's like, before the apex of the corner, I was already ahead of him. You know what I'm saying? So, but with Leclerc, Hamilton was ahead of him, bro. That was Hamilton's corner, and the guy decided, I'm going to bail out. No, not by force. Hamilton didn't force him off track, nothing. He just said, I'm out. Right? And when he said, I'm out, he ended up in the lead. He ended up in front of Norris. And then he thought, okay, let me only give back position to Norris because it's too big. And let me know. And then I know that the FIA is not going to get involved because it's inter-team. But in reality, he should have gave back the position to Hamilton as well. Hamilton should have been 2nd. Right? And this guy, he never gets punished. He never gets punished for anything, bro. Think about it. I want people to think deeply. I've got a list of things, right? Let me have a look at this, yeah?
As the kids will say, Leclerc is Lobos, bruv.
He's Lobos. He's Lobos level.
Lobos, yes.
Lobos levels. He's not getting nicked for nothing, right? People obviously people will say this about Verstappen, right? Oh, he's judged differently, whatever. But once in a while, Verstappen is slapped with penalties on his head top.
That's because
it builds up, and then if it's too big, he's just gonna get like, let's say for this time last year in Mexico, They put him in jail, bro.
No, they
They
didn't.
said the whole 20
He got
seconds.
off. He got.
He should have been a stop and go. If that makes sense.
Should have been black flags, bruv.
Yeah, black flag. Yeah. But they still slapped him. This guy's getting nothing whatsoever, right? And I found this list here in my notes. This is not even up to date. This is not even 2022. I think this is only up to 2021. Yeah. So didn't get a penalty in Sakir 2020 for taking out Sergio Perez. Just nothing. That was on him, by the way.
Oh, when you took out Perez and Verstappen at the same time.
Yeah, was that not his fault? He didn't get a penalty. He didn't get a grid penalty next race. He didn't get nothing happened. That's just blatantly his fault as well. Styrian Grand Prix 2020 takes out Vettel, no penalty afterwards. Just nothing. Just clarted Vettel. Yeah. Spain. I think this is Spain 2021. The guy had basically no seatbelts and he was on track and didn't get a penalty.
Oh, that was 2020.
Is that 2020? Yeah, no seatbelts.
Yeah.
Just vibes it. Who the hell doesn't get a penalty for not having seatbelts? A man went on track. Anyways. Austria 2020, I think it is. Had an incident with Gasly, no investigation, just nothing. Just blatantly clotted Gasly. No, nothing. Monza 19, we already spoke about Monza 19. This guy, what he was doing to Hamilton was insane.
Hey, the stewards were trying to get
home.
He
wins in Spa, he wins in Monza. No, he terrors him in Monza, bro.
The stewards were trying to get home. They knew their lives were at risk. It's like, you made a business decision.
But that's another incident of moving on the braking, you got me? There was one race where it was like a Belgian GP, and he was in the wrong place at the pit lane. The same thing that Hamilton got a 10-second penalty for in Russia. Remember? When he was in the wrong lane in the pit lane and Hamilton got a 10-second penalty, just slapped. They didn't even investigate Leclerc. Leclerc did the same thing in Belgium. Didn't even get investigated. But Hamilton's getting 10 seconds. Right? This is only like 2020, 2021, and 19. We can go further. 2022, 2023, 2022. Even this year, Spain on the straight. The guy tried to kill Max. Max got head loss because of that. Max got a penalty because Leclerc didn't.
Yeah.
Because the guy's moving in the straight at like 200 and something miles an hour. And Verstappen was just flabbergasted. You know what I'm saying? The guy gets away with bare stuff, man. Obviously, Leclerc fans are going to come back to me. No, he's got a penalty for this, got a penalty for that. The ratio is off, bro. If I look at other drivers, let's not even talk about Hamilton. Hamilton, they've read a book of that guy, bare times. And this is somebody that's probably considered a clean driver. This ain't 2011 Hamilton. You know what I'm saying? They've had the book thrown at him. We look at other drivers as well. Even like Piastri, 2020, 2023, 2024, they were just slapping him with penalties left, right, center, especially 2023. We already know about Norris getting slapped with penalties. We know about Sainz getting the most insane penalties you ever see in your life. Man was crying on radio.
Oh, that's my favorite radio ever. I can't lie.
No, but Sainz has had the most insane penalties. Sainz always gets penalties when it's a safety car and things have been bunched up. So he's just going to get slapped because all the cars are bunched up. So any time penalty he gets, he's cooked. It's happened on multiple occasions. Russell's had bad penalties as well. This guy's bulletproof, man. Leclerc's bulletproof, man. That's my rant over. But the racing standards on that corner, I think, look, that's a slam dunk penalty for Leclerc. It's absolutely I don't even understand why it's not. You gained an advantage, bro. You gained an advantage to the point you was in the lead. And I tell you, at that turn one, Lando did that properly. Clean, proper. He should be in the lead. Why are you in the lead? That's how much cutting grass you did, bro. That guy that approached that corner clean and no issues, no mistakes, no lockups. You're ahead of him. That's crazy to me. Obviously, we'll have differences on Verstappen. We'll talk about Sainz. Sainz on that corner. People need to see this. People need to see what Sainz did on turn one because they're not going to show it on the broadcast. But this is criminal activities. People don't understand why it said Lawson out after a couple of laps. Lawson got assassinated twice by Sainz. Sainz said, "You're going to come on the grass with me, yeah? And then when we leave, I'm going to hit you again." He hit man twice. And he pinned his foot down. He didn't lift nothing. No penalty. Obviously, he got his just deserves at the end of what happened. But just a criminal, shocking racing standards by Sainz in that race. And a couple other drivers. Kimi went off the track. Just so many drivers just treating it like it. And I call this the Sochi syndrome because people, this is what they were doing in Turn 1 Sochi. They're doing it now. But they think, oh, yeah, let me just cheat and let me try to gain some positions. And FIA is not going to do anything because it's lap 1. It's a disgrace, bro. If there was a wall there, none of these men are doing that. You're going to filter in and hold your position. I think it's unacceptable. And there's some people that cut the grass and then tried to get back on and lost places. So if he was an honourable man, you got shafted. But these lot got away scot-free. FIA stinks, man.
Yeah. Richard, anything to add?
Listen, man. Driving standards are in the fucking bin, bro. Driving standards are in the absolute bin. Do you know what it is, yeah? Because I'm trying to work out, like, why there's certain races where there's just bare terrorism at once. Do you know what it is? People like Max, yeah, who influence these other men. They see one man go off and they think, I'm gonna do that same thing. I'm gonna be like you, big bro. I'm gonna do the same thing.
That was Carlos Sainz.
Yeah, Leclerc do it. You seen Carlos Sainz do it. You seen Kimi do it. Max even done it again. Lap 6. Man said, Lewis, hold that. Bang.
We'll
got away with it. Okay, we'll go to yeah. No, but do you know what it is? I feel like too many man get influenced easy, you know, because there shouldn't be that many man going off. There shouldn't be that many man going off in Turn 1. And this is one of the gripes I have about the whole, when there's an incident, it's lap 1, no, allow we? No, man. If the drivers are not on that, that's the best time to get your terrorism off. Because the shooters look at it, it's lap 1, it's calm. That's the best time to get your terrorism off. That's why so many man went off. So many man just say, fuck it, I can't make this corner, man. What do you call it? Avoiding action or whatever it is. The term that they use. Bro, come on, man. This ain't F1, bro. This is just a jolly up. This is go-karting, bro. This is low standards. You got Ollie Bearman saying, oh yeah, you key driver standards, rated. All these kids are looking up a car. What a quarter of the grid doing, bro? What's that? What a quarter of the grid doing, bro? Man, they're doing lawnmower racing, bro, in Mexico. What the fuck is this shit, man? This ain't F1, bro. This is poor. This is poor stewarding. Listen, if Lewis gets 10 seconds, give all these other men 10 seconds, bro. Standard, no argument, bang. I don't care if you delete your advantage, bang. You can't cut no grass, bro. Because why is Leclerc getting from almost taking out Lewis and Norris to in the lead of the race, bro? What the fuck? What the fuck, bro? This is disgraceful, bro. I'm telling you, this is disgraceful.
Do you know one of the best people talking about it was Russell. He's just basically like, because the thing is, if you watch his onboard and you watch the other man's onboard, he lifts off the throttle and then applies the brake to make the corner. And in his head, he's like, oh, we're on P3. These men are all effed off. I'm P3. Comes back. He's P5. Like, what the hell?
His head's on.
Bro, he's literally P3. If we talk about it technically, yeah, the P3 people that made the corner was Norris, Hamilton, and Russell. He made the corner, bro. Kimi, Leclerc, and Max made no attempt to make the corner. Max might have mitigated circumstances because he outbraked himself and he locked up. Kimi didn't lock up. Leclerc didn't lock up. They made a business decision. They said, I am not making this corner. That man literally went left instead of staying on track. Kimi and Leclerc have no excuse.
Max doesn't have an excuse.
So the thing is, Kimi and Leclerc made turn 1. They just decided we're not doing turn 2. We're good. Max didn't make any corner.
Bro, why does Max think, oh yeah, 4 can go into 1 and tier 1, bro? Did you see where he was?
Oh. The guy thinks it's GT lobbies, because why do you think you can do 4 wide and think you can overtake the 3 man in front of you?
Bro, he wouldn't do that if it was Singapore or Vegas. He wouldn't do that. He won't calculate to do that, bro. Because he knows it'd be in the wall.
I was so annoyed because everyone's like, oh, they're talking bad about George complaining about Max doing that. It's like, because he's applying common sense. It's just like, it's not rocket science. It's just common sense. It's a common sense exercise. And we need to like slap my penalties. Like, this is where Charlie White should slap my penalties and tell man, deal with it. You got a penalty, deal with it. Move on. But, you know, The race ties are in the toilet, and
Max
now
nearly went in the wall though, low-key. I'm just watching it now. Max nearly went in the wall still. I'm just watching it now.
they should let her back off then.
But Kimi and Leclerc have no. Kimi, Leclerc, Sainz, and actually Lawson's the only one that's got an excuse because he just said, "You're coming with me, bro."
Hey, bro, come here. Let me chat to you real quick, brother.
Let me chat to you real quick.
Get out of our booth, bro.
The man said,
But-
you know when he makes his way over, he said, "You took too long, so you just slap man anyway." That's what he held.
They might have to put gravel there, Loki.
They don't need to put. They don't need to put. They just need to slap man with penalties. Just make everyone do a drive-through. It will never happen again.
Nah, they just need more consistency.
Bro, I'm watching it now. Leclerc gained like half a second on Norris just by cutting the grass. He was half a second in the lead, bro.
It's last
7 taps. He was gone. He didn't even break. He just went, fuck it. I'm going. If I'm Hamilton, my head is hot, but you can't really say anything because of the politics. But if my Hamilton was still driving a Merc, he would have went ballistic.
He was going ballistic. He was telling them, man, what are we doing about this? Like,
Brother,
what is
the
going
guy
on?
was ahead. Hamilton was ahead of before the apex, in the apex, after the apex, and came out fourth. How does it even work?
It makes zero sense, man.
So now you got the two people that basically cut the corner, ended up on the podium. When in reality, they should have got slapped with penalties.
It's funny because it's like we're talking about this, yeah. Because like Max had a genius soft tire stint, like world-class driving. Every lap was 121, apart from the ones on the virtual safety car. So like, I'm not diminishing his abilities at all. But Lord have mercy, was that some nonsense?
His pace was great, but the terrorism was crazy too.
Yeah.
And he got rewarded with that basically. Because he got
And
that
then,
body.
speaking about the terrorism, Mr. Lewis Hamilton, because obviously, I will say something to the listeners. I was not watching this in my house. I was outside because I was outside in quali. Lewis Hamilton was P3. I said, I'm going outside again. We're getting that podium, boys. I'll be outside. I had the thing loaded on the side. I saw Lewis Hamilton get a test up. I had no commentary, so I didn't know what was going on. I just see Lewis Hamilton get a penalty. I slapped the thing off. I went and talked to people and became a normal human being. Because it was in lap 6 where
Yes.
I
it was
think
lap
Max
6.
sent it on Lewis into turn 1.
Yeah.
Hitman, because of this, if you're ahead at the apex, you can do whatever you want rule. So he smashed into man's side. Then he cut corner 2. Then they drag race into corner 3, where both drivers missed the corner. And then Lewis tries to take the escape road while Max just scuttles quickly back onto the track where he like blocks Russell and starts battling with Bearman. And then the stewards turn around and say, as a penalty for Hamilton for gaining an advantage because Max was battling the other drivers. So, Richard, you're off mute. What are your thoughts about the penalty and the process of this penalty coming?
Well, the thing is, yeah, it's like, okay, Lewis didn't fully take the escape road, yeah, but
He didn't
why
get
is that
penalized
on
for
10
that.
seconds?
No, that's not why he got penalized.
That's what makes it even funnier. That's what makes it even funnier. Because you'd think logically, oh, he's getting a pound because he didn't take escape road properly, but he didn't even get penalized for that. But 10 seconds, bro, that's mad, bro. That doesn't want 10 seconds. Especially when you've just seen Max, yeah, literally dual claw and dash on Lewis, bro. Claw and dash on Lewis, bro. And he said, oh shit, I'm in danger, shit. You know, I will not make the corner. Bro, this is outrageous, bro. Lewis has every right to be livid. Every right. Especially since you failed to penalize other man who just decided to cut the grass casually. So, yeah, no, this penalty is a load of bullshit. Lewis should have been on the podium. And yeah, it's just the FIA stewarding being shit as per usual, bro. It's the same old story, bro. It's just the FIA stewarding being inconsistent, being low standards, low quality. And yeah, this is all I can say on the matter, bro. This is a conversation that we've had for many years on the spot, haven't we? Since we first started 2021, we've had this conversation many years, bro, and nothing has changed, bro. So all I can say mostly is the penalties are a crock of shit. That's all I've got to say on the matter.
Mahad, if it's add on the Hammer penalty,
it's not a penalty. If he was to get a penalty because he didn't follow the race director's instructions about following that skinny ass little runoff,
it wasn't even
they
that.
got, or because he didn't give enough space, he gained too much of an advantage over the other guys, then I think Verstappen should get a penalty for what he did to George on that same corner. Because what he did was dangerous. George must, I don't know why, did George complain about it on the radio?
Yeah, he complained about it on the video.
Because he took him out.
George's head was in planet Pluto from corner 1 until the end of the race. So his someone gets his transcript of the radios, it's some of the funniest things you'll ever hear. Because his head was just hot the entire race.
I might have to watch that on YouTube for entertainment.
Bro, him and Albon, top 2 pieces of entertainment in the race for terms of
Albon's low key. Them two are the same on the radio, them two.
Yeah, they are. Just dissing the team, man. Especially Albon. Albon go, why you pick the strategy? This is the worst strategy ever, bro. What was wrong with you, man? He would say straight. I'm like, fuck.
Do you know what thing is, yeah? The worst thing about Albon is that he knows what it looks like because man was at Red Bull. So he's going into Williams and thinking, what the fuck are you, man, doing, bro?
What is this joke?
I'm not some idiot that doesn't know how things work. What the hell are you, man, doing?
Yeah. But I had to add that in there because obviously, because the thing that annoyed me, because I watched videos, you see Oscar's move on George in turn 1 and on Yuki in turn 1. I saw Ocon and Albon do a nice little battle into turn 1. So when I see Max do that, where he's kicking man, I'm just there going, you're supposed to be the 4-time world champion. You're supposed to be like the face of the franchise.
Yeah, but it's like voices in his head, bro, when it's Hamilton, bro. You think he's doing that? I think him, and then obviously last year, Norris, voices in the head, bro, when they're near him. When he's near these, man, he's doing a mad thing.
It's Dumtu and Russell. I mean, it's British people, man.
Yes, you're British.
You see the British person, he turns into Randy Orton, bro. He's like, I hear voices in my... That's what happens.
The worst thing is, yeah, why would you even do that move? Ain't you supposed to be in the championship fight? You could have just written off.
No, because he got relayed because Lewis Hamilton's head was in Pluto, but these men were telling man to do lift and coast. And then Red Bull were like, they're telling man to do lift and coast, so just send it. So he just sent it. But he's just like...
So I can understand them not giving a penalty for that. Okay, the fairs. It's the thing where they went off track and then whatever, and the whole thing with George. That's a penalty, bro. All day long, bro. This ain't lap 1. This is lap 6, bro. That's a penalty, bro. It's so dangerous. You got Bearman in the mix. So for you to give Hamilton for gaining advantage, but not penalize the actual dangerous thing that happened within that scenario, it makes no sense to me.
No, man. It's one of those things where I'm sure Lewis saw Leclerc's penalty rap sheet, yeah, and going, this guy don't get penalties. I should be all right. Nah. We know the thing, bro. You're one of us. You're not getting away with this stuff. But anyway, that's all the drivers on the podium. Let's get to the rest of the grid. Because there's a lot of side missions. So, Richard, I want to come to you about your team and your franchise driver, Mr. Fernando Alonso. What happened, bro? I'm hearing he just rage quit the race. I'm hearing you got team order saying, let Stroll go by, and man rage quit the race.
Bro, I don't even know anymore, bro. Man, obviously, because when I've watched the race live, yeah, I've seen him come into the pits, but I've had no context. So I'm like, okay, maybe it's a standard. I don't know. He's got an issue, whatever. So then I see someone saying like, "Oh, did Alonso rage quit the race?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Why?" So man, oh yeah, he had to give back positions. I'm like, wait, the same straw that spun on that one. How's he caused with Alonso to get back positions? So I had to kettle yeah, because I'm not even focusing on us here because we're so shit. I'm just focusing on like this, Piastri and the front runners and shit like that, yeah. So I'm hearing, oh yeah, he had a brake issue, visited. But then Mahad telling me, and I seen a couple of people. No, I think it's the tweet Mahad done yesterday, saying, oh yeah, Alonso used to do it all the time, McLaren. Just rage quit. And fake there's a problem. I'm thinking, raw, he's doing it this time, yeah. At his big age. I'm thinking, you know what? Okay, fair enough, I'm not fighting for points, but bro, why are you rage quitting? Like, grow up, man. You're big, man. Why are you rage quitting your mates, bro? You see the terrorism that's going on, yeah? You can gain places, maybe a cheeky points or something like that. For example, Bottas went from 16th to P10, bro. It can happen. But, bro, these men are nonsense, bro. I don't even care that was 7th in the championship. I don't even care about, fucking win some time, not like that, bro. These men are on holiday till next year, bro. Next year, that's when I'm gonna be like, yeah, I've got high standards now. I'm expecting, us to be about it. But this year, bro, these men are just doing the clip farming, bro. That's what they're doing, bro. It's just clip farming. That's all I can say, bro.
Man, that gave me life, bro. I heard they gave him team orders to fall behind Stroll and man rage quit the race. That is the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. So, Mahad, can you confirm that this guy was just rage quitting in the McLaren days?
Oh yeah, he rage quit in the McLaren days. Let's not do this. He rage quit in Alpine. I swear there was one race he rage quit when he was with Ocon. He said I'm out. Or his engine just blew up. One of the two. No, but maybe it did happen in Alpine, but for sure happened in McLaren. But then we were ass. So I get it. He just can't be bothered to finish the race, bro. He's like, I'm all right. Am I getting points? There's no realistic sign on me getting points. I'm out. You got me doing team orders for Stroll. I'm good. He ain't got time for this, man. He's like, bro, it's literally next year a bus for him, man.
That's true. It's finally over. The war's finally over, man.
Obviously, when it was, 2023, he got that lease of life again. He was like, yeah, I'm fighting at the front. Even if it weren't for like the wins and that, he's like, I'm fighting for podiums. I'm top 5, basically.
Yeah.
Bro, this season's knocked the sail out of his wins, bro. He's finished. He's finished. He's just enduring right now. If that Honda engine next year's rubbish, he's gone.
I heard it's the other way around. I heard if it's good,
that makes no sense. When he said that, I said it makes no sense. But like, if that 100, if Aston Martin are like 6th, 7th in the championship, he's gone. Just like how Lawrence is gone.
Put your fist in the air, bro. Damn. No, but I heard that as well. That if the car's good, he'll retire so he can leave on a high. But if it's bad, he'll stay longer. And I do kind of get that, but at the same time, like, bro, you're 44, whatever, bro. Like, you can't do this forever, man. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, and I'm watching back the highlights now, like the extended highlights. Yeah, he definitely rage quit. Because as soon as the show overtook him, he retired the car. Yeah, that's big, bro. Yeah, nah, he did. And I seen us on board when he came into the garage, and no one was there because no one was expecting him. Yeah, he rage quit, bro. Yeah, he did. I believe you. Yeah. It makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. And then what other side missions? We talk a bit about Carlos Sainz just climbing into man. And then because Mahad, as someone who's also familiar with Carlos Sainz driving for your team, we reached that next point in the Carlos Sainz cycle where he has a great performance, a masterclass. We're like, yeah. And now he's doing some of the most diabolical nonsense you will ever see, but no one will pay attention to it because it's Carlos Sainz. So talk me through the end of his race.
So I think he got 2 drive-through. Did he get a drive-through penalty? He got a drive-through penalty. Yeah. He got another time penalty because his pit limiter was broken. Even though his pit limiter was broken, the team said, yeah, we'll box you again, even though the pit limiter was broken. So that's more Williams, because if you know this guy is going to get another penalty, why box him again? What's the point? And then he had to box again to do the drive-through. So the guy was cooked already. From what I see, stadium section, he span on his one and then his car hit the wall and then the car was on fire.
Yes, and that's why we had a VSC.
And then when he brought it into the off bit, he didn't even put the car in the whole thing. He had half the car sticking out. And then the car's on fire and then people are like, oh, why is it a VSC? Because half the car is on fire in the stadium section. That's why. But I don't know whether he caused it. I don't know what caused the spin. Was it him?
I am blaming him, but he broke the car from the first corner doing that nonsense, trying to go flat out on grass and then whacking into other cars.
I understand why he went off in the first place. It's because obviously the Haas was in front of him. But you just need to filter in behind the Haas, man. Lose your position, hold it. But
Yeah,
it's been a spooky time for Sainz. Sainz is having the highs and the lows, man, in this Williams season, and that kind of defines his career. To be fair,
Yeah,
has the highs of highs and then lows of lows, man.
but it's funny because he's been way faster than Albon for a couple of races still.
Yeah, but Albon's put points on the board. Sainz ain't catching him.
Sainz not catching him, but Sainz brought the champagne home. It's like he gave the endorphins.
Yeah, and
That's why
Albon's
they paid
pissed
the big
about
money
it.
for him, man. Yeah, of course, yes. That's why they paid the big money for him, man.
Yeah,
For moments like that. You know what I'm saying? Now that's secured them P6 or whatever, and it was P5 actually, yeah.
yeah.
And the
P5.
constructors, man. Yeah.
Carlos
Is there
Sainz has got
anyone-
less points than Isaac Hadjar and Hulkenberg.
That's so funny. I'll have to get him fair, you know. That's so funny.
That's crazy work.
Anyone else on the grid in the race that you want to speak about at all?
Speak out your son, man.
We'll
Yeah,
get
go
to that.
on a rant about your son, bro.
No, that's driver of the day segment.
You said the rest. He's the rest,
They
no?
put slander. They put slander in his name for weeks.
Yeah, I know. And people are quoting Joe. You're putting Guan Yu Zhou. And you thought
If
you
your
were going to
source
finish
if
line.
your source is Guan Yu Zhou, yeah, I don't want to hear nothing.
But that tweet had
And even
18k likes.
if the point is valid, it's not valid for Bearman. It's valid for other drivers. It's not valid for Bearman. Stop that.
Wait, what was the
bro.
tweet? I actually missed it.
It's basically because Joe was like, I was top 3 in F2 with 4 race wins. And then we have Bearman come in the sport in like P13. And I'm like, in Bearman's rookie season in F2, he had 4 race wins. He won he qualified pole, won the sprint race and the main race in Baku. What are we talking about?
Is that when he had
With
the
a broken steering wheel, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of the craziest polls ever, bro. Man was like that, you know, I see that on the streets, and he haven't. I think nah. If a man gets polled like that, yeah, you can't talk on his name crazy, bro. You can't.
So I'm
Sorry,
just
you
there
can't.
like, what are you people talking about? Like, we're watching this season. He's had Ocon in a pack, and he's now ahead of Ocon in the standings. This is the Ocon that had Alonso in hell. What are we doing? We need to be honest with ourselves, bro. Just because you like Yuki Tsunoda, bro, the guy was moving on the braking. We heard Ocon this week talk about you complain about Yuki, bro. Just sometimes
He's passing the Ocon test, man. Smoking the Ocon test, shall I say?
I told you, Ocon's not that guy, man.
look, yeah, we all know why I respect Ocon. Yeah, it's deeper than rap.
Yeah, but
Because he put you in the pack.
if Ocon gets a top seat, he's gonna cook. He would get cooked by whoever else is in the other seat.
It depends who's in the other seat, man.
If he was at Mercedes
Russell?
right now, Russell's packing him.
Yeah, but Russell's a different beast, man.
People were saying, like, you know, when it was the peak of McLaren slander this year, they were saying, yeah, if Ocon was in the McLaren, he would beat Oscar, he'd beat Lando. I'm like, bro,
Okay, yeah.
he's not beating
but-
Bearman.
but take it-
He's not beating Bearman, man. He's
But I
not
think
for these
it's-
conversations. And they were saying,
take
oh
it-
yeah, if another one, they were saying, oh, if Gasly got the seat instead of Oscar Piastri, he'd be winning the championship right now. I'm like, bro, this is Gasly. He's lost, bro. He's got a life and death Colapinto. Let's have conversations. This is reality. Sometimes you're midfield and that's it.
Yeah. Look, they got a
It's
race.
reality.
They got a race with the piece. It's a good career.
Yeah, that's it, man. This is what I'm saying. Like, it's a different level racing at the top, man. And I feel like Bearman is that guy that can race at the top.
Look, we're only, I think, 7 points away from Hadjar.
I've seen Bearman in the Ferrari already.
Yeah.
and he looked comfortable in the top 10. You get me? Let me see where Bearman is on the standing. Yeah, Bearman is joint points with Stroll, and he's 5 points behind Alonso.
Yeah, and I think 7 behind Hadjar.
Yeah, 7, but he's 7 behind Nigel. Yeah, if he gets another good result, he can be finished 10th in the championship, bro. Serious stuff.
Bruv. Then a really funny conversation will be had, and it's gonna be like diabolical. Because no one likes British drivers. So that rookie of the year run, yeah, for being Hadjar being the favorite, everyone's favorite child, yeah, to Bearman just coming and stealing at the end. Ooh.
If the real lovely scenario is if Hadjar and Bearman can overtake Hulkenberg and then they're 9th and 10th. That'd be beautiful.
That would be beautiful.
But the Bearman one will people head loss if he ends up 9th in the championship. In a Haas. You can't chat to him, bro. Then I remember them times when everybody's glazing the rookie Leclerc. That might be better than rookie Leclerc if you're doing that in a Haas.
Bro, I was keeping it on the low. I said, it's clicked because Mahad last week didn't let me glaze, man. Yeah, I said, let me cook, bro.
Nah, man, because we have to have ethical standards here, bro. We're not. This is Pitstop Fracas. We're not glazing drivers. We did it.
That's a glaze session, no? Come on, bro.
Friend of the pod, man.
Why for that, man?
Okay. Was anyone else? Your son bought a little. No mention.
Yeah, I mentioned before P16. He just about missed out on Q2 by like a 10th or something like that. I can't remember what some of the margin was. Made his way to P10, man. Got himself a cheeky point, yeah. Solid race for him. Proud of him. He's still, unfortunately, 19th in the championship, but he's a point behind Gasly. So if he gets 2 more points, he'll have more points than Alpine. That's crazy work. That's crazy work.
Yeah, Kwame is mudded, man.
Boy, that's why Kwame's outside, bro. Just feasting off, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because how could you know how Mahad doesn't care about constructors anymore because he's team 1. Like that's your P1 is all done. He doesn't really care. Everyone else is apart from Williams, who are in their nice little comfy pocket. Everyone else is in a little tussle. 6th to 9th is a tussle. 2nd, 3rd, 4th is a tussle. Then you have Alpine just 10th.
Yeah. Bro, imagine, yeah. So I see the tweet today saying, even if Alpine get a 1, does it not? No, Alpine get a race win or 1-2, something like that, and to still be 10th.
Jesus Christ.
I'm like, what? I'm like, don't piss me off, man. 40 points off Sauber. Bro, how you on 20? How have you got 20 points but you still lost, bro? That's crazy.
You hired Duan and Colapinto, bro, with an asthmatic engine.
Bro,
anyway,
it's peak out here, brother. I'm telling you, watch some fuckers get like a podium again in Brazil, man.
No, it won't happen. It's impossible.
I hope not.
It's impossible.
I hope not, man.
It's impossible. I know Mahad's head was in the moon last year where that podium happened. He's like, just watching out.
Do I didn't even care about Max. I was thinking, what the fuck is Alpine doing? You know how much I hate Alpine, bro?
What is a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas?
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
This is why I don't believe in tire changing and red flags. This is bullshit.
The part for me, that really got to me was the fact that I was so happy that it was Ocon that was P2 because that just made everything even funnier. The guy these badges hate, it was like we're just putting up with you just being here, yeah. Got the P2, made everything extra funny.
I swear to God, if the rain was still heavy, yeah, in that race, Ocon wins the race, because Ocon was packing Verstappen when he was chucking it down. He was packing him,
He was.
Verstappen couldn't get near him. It's only when the rain eased up that's when Verstappen got him. But if it was the same consistency of rain, yeah, Verstappen was making no gains.
That would have been the funniest scenario ever.
Yeah, it was smart because I remember Alpine not even acknowledging the P2. Be like, ooh, Gasly P3. Everyone's in the comments. Ocon got a podium as well, Everyone's in the comments. I'll be just acting oblivious, bro.
They ignored his existence, bro.
Yeah, they just rubbed man out. I was like, bro, like what? Yeah, crazy. Crazy.
All right, let's start wrapping up. So, driver of the day, Mahad. Who's your driver of the day?
I'll be honest, and I don't usually do this, but it's Lando Norris. You just packed everybody, bro.
Yeah.
Man missed FP1. The second he stepped in the car FP2, it's over. It was over. Nobody got close. So yeah, Lando Norris.
Richard.
I was gonna give it to your son, but I'll let you do that. So I'll just say Bortoleto. Yeah, I'll be different. I'm not giving it to Max or Leclerc, not because they're my ops, just because I'm not rewarding terrorism, because we have ethical standards here at Pitstop Fracas. So yeah, I'm giving it to Bortoleto.
Yeah, I'm giving it to Ollie Bearman, man. They needed to slap Max and Leclerc with penalties, man. That would have been the days of days. But
Only silver lining is it saved you money, because I know you would have bought like 2 bottles in that club.
Yeah.
That's not even denying. This pod wouldn't even exist right now. Bearman got. We'll be doing Tuesday pods right now. If you bought,
you still be hungover. When you come on the pod, it's like, lads, I can't come on the pod. I'm too drunk.
Yeah, Verstappen was getting driver of the day votes. Why? Who is his driver of the day votes when he should have got penalties?
Because he has a cult, bruv. He's reached that status.
Man had more driver of the day votes than Lando, the guy that's 30 seconds down the road.
No, man.
And survived turn 1 of Mexico, which is the most insane pole conversions that you can do, bro. But anyways.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was really happy. You know, it's a one for the ethical wheelers. You know, what a day of days, man. And then stink of the weekend, Mahad. You just stink of the weekend.
Stinker of the weekend is whoever's in control of Yuki Tsunoda's strategy.
His strategy wasn't even that bad.
Why did he have a 12-second pit stop?
That's just a pit stop problem.
That's insane, man. I don't know what's going on over there.
His strategy was fire because they had
he was close in pace to Verstappen as well, and they just
they had him blocking Piastri. So it was like, this way, you're P18 in the championship. We don't care about points. Do the job for the team.
I just don't think Red Bull have the innate ability to run a strategy for 2 cars. They can only do good strategy for one car.
They will.
You know that one where the kid is in the pool, and then like Max is the kid that's in the pool.
Yeah.
Yuki's in the bottom of the ocean, bro. Yuki's strategy. Whoever's the second driver at Red Bull, their strategy is the worst. It's experimental, bro. It's a social experiment. The strategy on that car.
Hey, this has to end, bro. Next season, Hadra's in that car, so bro, it has to end.
You're getting them social experiment strategies, bro. Yo, can you run on a soft, please, for no reason?
Doing that to the French.
They're gonna do it.
Watch. They will turn up. They
can't do strategy for two cars at once.
The French will turn up to Milton Keynes and throw manure on the factory, bro. The wind tunnel will be cooked.
The wind tunnel's already cooked, bro.
But we even more
World War II wind tunnel.
We more cooked.
I would say no, obviously not Red Bull. I'm gonna give it to FIA because come on, man, stop this shit.
Yeah.
I don't really take a span to spoke about it.
Yeah. And yeah, like, you know, we saw the incident with Lawson and that, like, bro, we can't have man running on the track. Like, this is not the 70s or 80s. It's modern day. We know how dangerous these things are, and we have communication protocols in place. So, like, they got to take this stuff seriously. Richard, just think of the weekend.
I was going to give it Sands, but I feel like you're going to give it Sands. So I give Alonso. No,
I was actually going to give it Alonso.
Don't kill me, man.
What do you think this is? A chance to hit Alonso? I'll be there.
Yeah, true, fair. I'll give it Sands, and yeah, stinky weekend. Yeah, trying to take out Lawson. Then I think he dropped it on his ones at the end, and then couldn't even park the car properly to stop a VSC. So we stopped a proper climatic end as well. Yeah, stinky man. Yeah, that's color sound.
Yeah, I'm giving it to Alonso. You're 44. You can't be rage quitting, bro. Just like he's not even like he did a thing where like you struggle with the brakes for a couple of corners and do some lockups. Man, just parked the car.
Yeah, but isn't losing to Stroll a 3-0 whitewash? So you might as well rage quit.
Yeah, but he's ahead of Stroll in the championship now, so it doesn't even matter like that anymore. Yeah, it's smelly out there. And then for the latest award,
Well, I've just seen it right now. There's only 5 points difference between them. That shit matters.
oh god, I need one Stroll Blastic in Brazil. Yeah, that's all I need. All I need, that one teleportation
If you
Stroll
got a
race.
Stroll P5, it's wrapped up.
Bro. People, you don't understand, yeah. You know the Vettel fans will come out of hiding and
If it rains, Stroll is gonna do a mad thing.
no. It goes one of two ways. He's having the biggest stinker we've ever seen, or he's doing the mad thing. There's no in between. Remember last time he got stuck in the formation lap.
Bro, Stroll's gonna get called racial slurs on Twitter, bro. If he beats Alonso, bro, over a season, bro.
Don't kill me. Oh no.
Them man are gonna come out of the woodworks.
And then the last one, the newest award, overtake of the weekend.
Yeah, I'm gonna be bait. Yeah, Piastri and Russell, man, top class, man. Yeah, top class.
That's fair. Actually, I was gonna say the same. I didn't see anything else. Like, because I saw Ocon and Albon had a nice little tussle, but I don't think that was an overtake.
Yeah. I was in Al Jazeera when overtake happened, like Mahad. I stood up out my seat, bro, and clapped. So yeah, I have to give it to Piastri, bro.
I'm dead, man. I'm gonna give it to Leclerc at the beginning, man. Fantastic overtake to take the lead.
Hey, but I went from what, P2 to P1? Yeah.
Them two must be thinking, Hamilton and Leclerc must be thinking, how did we not take Norris on the easiest overtake?
Bro,
Because Leclerc had a bad start. He had a bad start.
Oh no, and Norris had a insane start off the line.
Yeah. So Leclerc had a bad start. Norris had a good one, and then Hamilton just followed the mean. I think like the slipstream was all on the Verstappen side, which is why he got ahead of Russell. It was just a big mess.
Nobody took advantage of it.
And with that's everything. So once again, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow us on all socials at Pitstop Fracas on Twitter/X, Instagram, wherever you find us. And don't forget to give us a 5-star review. We'll see you after the Brazilian Grand Prix. Maybe actually we won't have something beforehand. But yeah. We'll see you then. Take care and peace.